Okay, so let's talk about something. Let's talk about Trump and RFK Jr. here on MSNBC. Let me get this going. We're going to listen to what they have to say, and then I'm going to give like a little bit of commentary and perhaps even a little bit of information beyond what MSNBC is talking about.
You want to know that the food that you're feeding them is not filled with chemicals that are going to give them cancer and chronic disease.
In this case, right before this, I believe he said something about the children. Let me back it up a little bit because I like to actually show. I don't like to
You want a
recap.
safe environment for your children.
There we go. Don't you want a safe environment for your children?
You want to know that the food that you're feeding them is not filled with chemicals that are going to give them cancer and chronic disease.
Right?
And don't you want a president that's going to make America healthy again?
Absolutely.
Actually, I do want all of those things. I don't know. As a matter of fact, I do know. Donald Trump is not going to do any of those things, like the safety chief among them. But I just remember, does anybody remember the poopy shrimp or the poopy lettuce? Y'all remember this? Okay, the poopy lettuce while Donald Trump was president, it happened because they gutted the folks who are the inspectors that inspect the food because the folks at the head of the agency at the time said that it wasn't important, people that Donald Trump appointed. Okay, well then there was a whole outbreak and the lettuce was making people sick for weeks. It seems like a small thing, but it's a really big thing when you when you don't have access to green lettuce. And so I just things like that, like there are policy decisions that Donald Trump made as president that and the people that he put in charge that have real impacts on our daily lives. Like y'all couldn't get a Caesar salad for weeks.
Okay, that may be true. Let's go take a look at what's happening currently. Here, let me pull up the FDA from the week of recalls and withdrawals from the FDA site. Okay, we're going to take a peek. See, y'all see that? Maybe I need to like expand it just a little bit. Hold on. Yeah, let's increase the size a bit. And let's see what's going on currently. Salmonella in Sunseed Vita Prima. Listeria. Now keep in mind, these are from July 1st. Now, why did we stop counting? That's weird. When I used to come to this site, it used to be very much updated. This one looks like it stopped as of July 1st. This is at fda.gov / animal veterinary safety health. You know what? Maybe, okay, let's see. There's actually like a recalls archive. I think this one is for pets only. Let's see. Search FDA archive. No. I want all. Is this just, this can't just be pet. This looks like pet stuff, which is also important, mind you. There should be more though. I need actual like full recalls. US FDA recalls market withdrawals and safety alerts. Here we go. All right, now we're more current. Okay, so we are on the 24th of August right now. I'm sorry, I had pulled up the veterinary FDA recall. That's also important though, especially if you have pets or livestock, you want to keep up on that. Human. We're talking about humans in this case. I don't want to conflate all different kinds of issues. We're talking about human beings and health. El Salvador Core. Elevated lead. What is it in? Ground cinnamon, as of yesterday. Butter snacks from Bliss Tree. What is it? Undeclared allergen sesame. For people who might go into anaphylaxis, from the sesame, from the milk, they may experience digestive issues, probably malnutrition. If they're inflaming their gut biome, it means that their intestinal tracts aren't going to be absorbing nutrients properly. That's the problem with milk. Aside from the flatulence, a lot of people think, oh, it just makes them gassy. And well, it does more than that. It inhibits a person's ability to absorb nutrients. Let's see, what have we got here? Montreal fudge. Oh, potential mold growth contamination. Gee, let's see. No brand name for Endurance Pro Energy Boost capsules. What do we have? Product is tainted with sildenafil. Oh, you mean that ingredient that's used in Viagra? Isn't that isn't that the main ingredient of Viagra? Oh, what's this? Boom Max dietary supplement. Again, it's what is the word I'm looking for? It is inundated with boner medication. All right. So you've got Jolly Ranchers undeclared milk, again with the nutrition absorption. Here we have Emerald Kettle glazed walnuts with undeclared peanuts, almonds, and pecans. So for people who have those allergies, let's see, we've got more ground cinnamon from El Salvador Corp, and that is potentially contaminated with elevated levels of lead. We have Canela molida ground cinnamon, also with elevated levels of lead. And keep in mind, cinnamon goes into a lot of different products. So you're getting lead in a lot of your food. Gee, this is all happening under the Biden administration. Biden Harris, as a matter of fact. Let's see, what have we got here? We've got problems with these medical devices, rapid depletion of users' T-Slim X2 insulin pump battery, the one that connects to your iOS device. So that one's as of the 12th of August. You have these bad products going out, which are like messing with people's endocrine systems because, insulin is a hormone. Let's see, what do we have here? Prime food, steam buns and egg custard, undeclared sesame. So you've got people with allergies who, possibly could have some sort of very negative effect from that. You've got, what is this? Potential for short term elevated levels of formaldehyde exposure when using the Brius Vivo 45 LS ventilator, which is a medical device. Gee, potential for short term elevated levels of formaldehyde exposure. That's wonderful. Let's see, cold smoke capellium. Potential to be contaminated with Clostridium botulinum. Wow. Sodium chloride injection. This would be like for IV bags and such, or to like clear a line. So like suppose you have like a peripheral port for injections. Let's say you are on chemotherapy and you have a port, like it's typically stored right about here under the skin. It's because you have to get a lot of injections. Well, sometimes you have to clear the line, because you don't want to get clotted up and stuff. Well, it's got a potential for particulate matter and fluid leakage of the containers, which means it's tainted. So you're just putting that right into your bloodstream. Why not? Premium infant formula with iron milk base powder. Let's see. Product contains levels of vitamin D above the maximum level permitted. Well, gee, what does vitamin D do? Vitamin D, let's see. Let's see. Excess vitamin D, excess vitamin D in infants, side effects. Let's see what happens. Harmful effects of excess vitamin D supplementation in infants. Let's see. Harm when excess vitamin D in infants. Let's see. Vitamin D is very good for the health of children, but if too much vitamin D in babies is allowed, it will cause unwanted harm. Possible harms of excess vitamin D in infants. Let me just expand this a little bit. Children with excess vitamin D, high blood calcium levels. If adequate vitamin D is provided, it plays a role in enhancing immunity and protecting children. Reduce the risk of diseases such as osteoporosis and cancer. On average, higher, and then it goes into like that. In addition, okay, the normal level, and it goes into the normal levels. And then it talks about what can happen when you have too much vitamin D. Digestive disorders. In other words, malnourishment. Let's see, vomiting, nausea, diarrhea, and stomach pain, tiredness, poor concentration, or dizziness and confusion, urinating several times a day. Well, that can cause dehydration. Stomach pain, diarrhea, constipation, stomach ache, constipation, it just keeps on going on with that one. It's like, well, your child's not going to want to eat. So you're giving a child an overdose, like an infant, you're overdosing them with vitamin D if you are using This particular program right here, the CVS Health HEB Baby Premium Infant Formula with Iron Milk Based Powder. If you're giving this to your child and your child is acting up and fussy about eating because their stomach's in pain and you can't tell, and your infant can't tell you what is going on, and your infant is becoming malnourished, well, congratulations, under the Biden Harris administration, this happened as of the 8th of August. Let's see. You know what? Just go to this. Go to this website, fda.gov, safety recalls. Okay, I'm just going to put it in this post. I'm just going to put it right up in this post because you want to talk about Trump with poo lettuce or people not being able to get Caesar salads. Why don't you go and take a look at all the things which are currently happening under this administration and what they're not contending with? Absolutely nuts.